Hello and welcome back to my road to completion guide for Sekiro Shadows Die Twice. We're now in episode number 5. Let's go ahead and fast travel over to Mount Kongo to the Shugendo idol. Alright, let's head this way. Grapple up. If you guys remember in the previous episode, I told you we were going to have to fight a mini boss on the bridge. That's where we're heading right now. Remember, we don't actually have to kill this enemy. We can just jump over it like that. And remember, you can come over here to be safe because it does have projectiles. We can ledge up. Boom, we're going to grapple up twice. You guys will remember this. I said, hey, there's going to be a mini boss in here. We're going to fight it later. And then, of course, we went back that way. Well, here we go. Now, we don't want to go in here yet because we do want to set up a save. Before we do that, let's go into our options here and switch our firecracker out for the loaded axe. That's going to be the main prosthetic tool that we're going to use to take down this mini boss. Once you guys have that on your character, go ahead and quit the game. Dashboard, make a save just in case we die here. So far in this guide, every single mini boss and boss fight that we have encountered, I've showed you guys how to sprint around them, do the charging R1, do the slashing R1, just do chip damage on the health. We're not too worried about the posture gauge. We're going to have to switch things up though when it comes to this particular mini boss, because we're going to have to get the posture gauge for this mini boss to max in order to get the death blow, okay? This mini boss is heavily armored, so any kind of attacks that you put on this enemy will not affect its vitality bar, although it will increase the posture gauge. Obviously, deflects will do that as well, but the main thing that we're going to be using is going to be the loaded axe, okay? Now, the trick to this fight is that you just can't get the death blow. You have to get the enemy positioned either on the right-hand side of the bridge or the left, okay? Because the animation that happens when you do the death blow is you're going to be kicking yourself off of the enemy. And of course, the momentum is going to push the enemy in the opposite direction of where you're kicking from, right? And you're going to try to knock this enemy off of the bridge either on the left or the right side. So you see those windows right there, the 3 windows, and then there's some panels down there, some panels over there. All that counts, okay? Just know that you're going to have to get the enemy to break those down for you. You can't do that on your own, okay? And then, of course, like I said, if you guys get the posture gauge to max, the enemy is by one of the windows. Boom, you do the death animation, or the death blow, I should say. And then the animation is going to knock this mini boss out of the window, okay? So that's really the trick to this fight. Now, you guys have some spirit emblems down there. We're going to be using the loaded axe to be able to do this. If you feel comfortable deflecting, of course, do that. It's just going to make the fight go a lot quicker. But again, we're going to be using the safe method using the loaded axe, okay? I'm going to walk into this room, show you guys exactly what to do. We're going to post up somewhere in here. Just kind of give this a few seconds. You don't want to attack this enemy right away because it always hits you. I normally let it attack me first like that. Kind of set this fight up, and then I like to run past it. Now, 2 things are going to happen when you run past this enemy on the right-hand side, okay? Obviously, you guys want to be sprinting. 2 things is going to happen. 1, he's going to try to swing at you, okay? If he does, block it. 2, he's going to do exactly what he just did. He's going to try to hit you, but he's going to miss. And when he does, he's going to go toward the left or the right side of this bridge. And remember, I told you guys, you want to make sure that you do the death blow when he's by the left or the right side of this bridge, by these windows, right? Because at that point, you're going to be able to knock him out. So that's why I like this strategy, because it's a perfect setup to get him close to the sides of this bridge, okay? We're going to just run past him. See what he does. That time he didn't do exactly what I wanted him to do. We'll just back away, sprint toward him. Again, if you don't think he's going to go toward the sides of the bridge with his attack, if you think he's going to try to hit you, just block. Notice his posture gauge. A lot of times when you block, you're going to get a deflect. You're not even going to be trying to get a deflect, but you're going to get one, okay? And that's, of course, going to increase his posture gauge as well. Okay, see how he went to the edge like that? Boom. Get that in. Sometimes he's going to hit you guys when you back away. If he does, just heal. You guys have plenty of healing gourds if you've been following this guide. So no problem. See how he hit me? It's not a problem. Just back away. Get your sprint back on. He swings at you like that. Just back away or block. And just sprint on the right hand side. See how he goes toward the edge there? That time he didn't get a window, but that's fine. As long as you can get behind him and get a hit in, you're good. That time I know he's going to try to hit me, so just block and then get out of there. Get your posture gauge back. Remember I told you guys, if you're not close to an enemy and you're blocking, you can get your posture gauge back. Okay. Sprint past him. Again, always on the right. See how he goes toward the window? Boom, just get behind him. Get the loaded axe, hit in, and then just back away. That time I knew he was going to try to hit me, so I just blocked. Get my posture back. Boom, just like that. Let him swing himself out. Run toward him again. Perfect. If he hits you, don't worry about it. He's got a very long swing there, so just take the hit, come back over here and heal. Okay, sprint toward him. That time I couldn't get my block up fast enough, but that's fine. Again, we'll come back here and heal. Sprint. There we go. That's exactly what we want. And notice where he is. If I would have got the death blow marker there, he'd be dead because I would have knocked him out. That's why I like this strategy, because when he swings at you and he misses, he's right there at the window, and all you have to do is just hit him with the death blow and you're done. See? Boom. Death blow, he's out the window. See that? So that's why that wild swing is so good, right? When you sprint past him like that on the right, when he swings, like I said, he's either going to try to hit you, which you can block it or get out of there, or he's going to be close to that window. You land that loaded axe and you're good to go. There's a prayer bead for you guys. We're also going to pick up Breath of Nature's Shadow, a latent skill that recovers posture upon performing a successful death blow. Not something we're really going to use, but you know, it's cool for some of you guys who are going to be deflecting in the game, right? Come over here. We can skip the item. We'll rest at the idol. Get all your healing gourds back. Now, one thing to note about that fight, guys, if for whatever reason you miss, like let's say you are trying to hit him with the loaded axe and you miss a few times, right? Notice your spirit M is going to be going down, but you're going to be missing him. I would say that if you guys miss him more than twice, I would go ahead and just go back to your safety save. And just, you know, that way you have all your spirit emblems and stuff like that. You can do posture damage to that enemy by hitting it, even by doing your charged R1s, right? But it's just going to take an extremely long time to build his posture gauge up unless you guys are using the axe. So, like I said, if it gets to the point where you don't have that posture gauge up high enough, and you're running out of spirit emblems, I would just go back to your save, reset the fight that way, and try it again. All right, so now that we have this idol, let's go ahead and jump down here. I'm gonna go ahead and switch back to my firecrackers. We can skip this item. We're gonna jump down here. Notice we got some treasure carps. You guys know we're trying to collect treasure carp scales. Should be 2 in here, okay? Get both of them. Let's go ahead and grapple up here. All right, guys, we'll head this way. We can skip all these enemies. No need to worry about them. Take a left. We have another mini boss coming up. You guys know all the time fighting mini bosses in this game. What you can do is hop down here. You guys will see we can actually jump down into this area and grapple. Now, there's going to be some smaller enemies in this area, which I would highly encourage you guys to kill first. They're really easy to kill. You can get death blows on them. It only takes a few hits to kill them if you don't get a death blow. You can jump on them like that, kill them real quick. That way we can just focus on the mini boss. I think there's probably a few more in here. Maybe 3 more. I think there's 2 on the ground and there should be 1 more. Yeah, 1 more still up here. Again, you can death blow them or just slash through them 2 or 3 times and you guys will be good. can jump down and get this guy. And then if you're worried about the mini boss, just grapple back up immediately once you kill him. Right? Just grapple back up immediately. Remember, you got those iframes when it comes to your death blow, so. Okay. Now, once you've killed all the enemies, we want to leave this area so that the mini boss will lose us. Again, we can listen to the music. Of course, when it levels off and kind of gets quiet, you'll know. See how my the life bar in the top left went away? That lets you guys know that the enemy is trying to reset. What you can do is head back in here. I normally crouch because for whatever reason, anytime I'm walking through here or running, he hears me. See how he just heard me right there? So it's a little bit weird here. We'll just let things die down a bit here. What we're trying to do is there's a beam above him. Once he fully resets and he turns around, he's going to be facing the altar. When that happens, there's a beam above his head that we can grapple to. Then we're going to set up a save. That way you guys can have that save in case you die. Being able to trick him into thinking that we are completely gone. I think he doesn't notice me. He's definitely... Oh, that's perfect. See that? We want him to be looking the other way just like that. Now, go ahead and take your firecracker off. Put your firecracker on. And then depending on how you guys defeated this mini boss in the previous episode, some of you may have used the firecracker. Some of you may have liked using the fistful of ash. If you like using the fistful of ash, go ahead and equip that now. I'm going to just stick with my prosthetic tool. Just make sure you have those on because when you come back from your save, I don't want you guys to have to equip that every time, right? In case you guys die. So we'll dashboard. Set all this stuff up. Copy it. And then we're back into the game. We'll see where this puts us out at. Sometimes it spawns us in outside and we have to walk back through that front entrance, but sometimes it puts us off on the beam overlooking the mini boss. We'll see. Oh, yeah, see, it put us outside. That's fine. He should still be turned around. Yeah, see that? That's perfect. Okay. Now, we're going to defeat this mini boss the same way we did back in the previous episode. Except if you guys remember in the previous episode, we had to fight both phases from scratch. Remember? This time around, we're going to be getting the stealth death blow, which means we're going to be going straight to phase 2. Remember, that's the phase where he charges at you and you have to jump kick off his face, right? And remember, that's kind of random. Sometimes he'll do it after the 3rd or 4th attack. Sometimes he'll just keep attacking you. So you're going to be spamming that block button and just kind of have your finger on the X button getting ready to jump, okay? That's really all this fight's going to come down to. Let's do this. So we'll get the death blow. Lock on. Start blocking. Get ready to jump just in case. Yep. Jump kick. Keep blocking. Now we're going to get ready to firecracker or fistful of ash, whichever one you guys are comfortable with. Block so you get your posture gauge back. Or hold down block. Okay. This time he's going all the way through and that's it. Now he could have done the perilous attack, so I was ready for it. But if he doesn't, like I said, after that 3rd or 4th hit, if he hasn't done it yet, he's probably not going to do it. You guys just keep spamming the block button. You'll be good to go to get the death blow, right? There's another prayer bead for you guys. So now we have 2 in our inventory. That should be your, if my count is correct, that's 26 out of 40 for you guys. We're not too worried about the yellow gunpowder, but it is a nice pickup. Let me go ahead and collect the loot from that enemy. Now we want to head this way and just run past all these enemies. We don't need to fight any of these enemies. Just follow the path. That's the beauty of this game, man. The fact that you're so fast. By the time these enemies know that you're on the map, you're already past them. You've moved on. Freaking Sonic the Hedgehog. I've had Sonic the Hedgehog on my brain for a few days because that trailer came out. That trailer came out. And it was not good, ladies and gentlemen. Keep running right here. Be careful of these 2 enemies to my left. Just keep spamming the square button and then just keep spamming the O button. Not spam it, but like hold it down so you can sprint inside this room, because these enemies are going to try to hit you at this doorway. See that? Once you're inside, they can't physically hit you with their blade. They can throw their projectile at you, so just be careful. And then we just want to rest right here. Let's get all your health back and everything. And notice that we have an NPC here in front of this altar. We cannot access the boss fight that well, it's kind of hard to explain if you guys haven't played the game, but basically there's a bell up there on the altar that we need to ring, and that's going to give us access to another boss fight. As long as this NPC is sitting here though, we can't get to the bell. It will not work. We have to go do some other stuff first. Okay, so we're kind of at a dead end at this point. What we're going to do is go ahead and fast travel. We're going to travel over to Ashina Castle, to the dojo, the Ashina dojo. All right, guys, we'll head this way, take a left, step out of the window. And before we go into the boss arena, okay, let's just wait up here, go into your options, make sure you're on your firecracker. You can take your idle off and make sure you put on the eel liver. You guys should have at least 2 of these in your inventory to this point, okay? We've picked those up in the guide so far. And then we're gonna go ahead and set up another save, lock in that progress, and then we get to fight Genichiro. If you guys remember, this is the enemy at the very beginning of the game that cut our arm off. Okay, so now it's time for a little bit of payback. See that, guys? We're right here. If you guys die, right, you can just load back up your save. You won't have to run back from the idle. All your gear is already on the way that you want it, so you're good to go.
How is grandfather?
Lord Ishinis. It's a wonder he is still with us. A miracle.
Is that so? Divine Heir, I'll ask you once more. Accept me into your immortal oath.
I cannot do that, Lord Genichiro. Your victory that day means nothing. He will risk his life to take me home. For he is my shinobi.
My lord, I have come for you. This will only take a moment.
I see. For as long as you are alive, the dragon's blood can never be mine.
So I wanted to hop in here and lay down some post commentary for you guys. Unfortunately, during that previous cutscene, I wanted to get up and grab some water right quick, and when I did, I muted my microphone, and then when I came back, your boy forgot to unmute the microphone. So I did have live commentary for this fight and the next form of Genichiro, but unfortunately when I went in to do the edit, it was just, there was nothing because I had the microphone on mute. So I do apologize for that, but I'll get you guys through these 2 fights, and then once we hit episode 6, I should have live commentary for you guys again. So let's talk about the first form of Genichiro, okay? Notice that the first form, he has 2 phases, or he has 2 death blow markers in the top left, okay? Now the way that you guys get through the first form is just by blocking. We're gonna treat this just like the Lady Butterfly fight. If you guys remember that fight, in the previous episode. We just blocked and we waited for her to do a couple of key attacks, and when she did, we just countered with the charged R1. That's all we're going to do for this fight, guys. Notice that I'm just blocking everything that Genichiro does, and then notice that I'm also circling him. There's the move, by the way. He does a little spin, right? A little 360 spin. He tries to hit you with his blade. You're going to be blocking that, and then he's going to sprint to the left, okay? That's the move. All you have to do, guys, is counter that with a charged R1. Then if you guys want to get some extra damage, you can circle him like I'm doing there and try to get to his back. And when you do, right, just hit the R1 button. There's the move. You see it? He spins around like a 360, sprints to the left. But what was I saying? Oh yeah, about trying to get to his back. If you guys want to get some little cheap hits in, just circle around him, and there's a circular shaped emblem on his cape. When that comes into full view, you guys can tap R1 and get you a cheap shot in. I'll demonstrate that for you guys all through the fight. See right here? See how I'm circling him? And then the circular emblem is back there. As soon as you see that, like when it comes into full view, you guys can get a cheap shot in. There's the move. See how he spins around and then darts to the left? All you guys have to do is counter that with a charged R1. And the cool thing about this fight is that it's really safe. It's as safe as you want it to be. It's very similar to the Phantom Lady Butterfly fight. You can make it a little bit more tricky if you want to be more aggressive. But if you guys just lay back, stay cool, keep the block up. There's the move, by the way. Charge it up. And you guys will be fine when it comes to this fight. And you really want to have a lot of healing gourds when you go to the next form anyway, because the next form of this fight is the lightning form. And that's when some of you guys are going to take more damage. So you honestly want to get through the first form of Genichiro without taking too much damage. Okay, so play it out safe. Now obviously if you guys are playing using the deflects, right, you've decided to deflect in combat, you can get through this a little bit faster than those of us who are going to be using the R1 strategy, right? Notice there, even though he kicked, his back was toward me and I took advantage with an R1. So it doesn't matter if you guys are circling him or not, or if he just makes a move and he's out of position. If you guys see that circular shaped emblem, right, and it's in view, no matter what's happening, tap R1 and get a cheap shot in. You don't do a lot of damage with those cheap shots, but they add up over time, right? And with this enemy having 2 phases, they add up quite a bit, okay? Anytime he gets over here close to a wall, try to force him back to the center of the area if you guys can, because it becomes a little bit tricky to circle him if you're going for cheap shots if he's near a wall, okay? See how I'm just circling him now? Notice the emblem. There's the move. See how I do that 360 spin, right? And just charge up the R1. Now that is a perilous attack that he's using right there. He also has 2 other ones that he'll use sometime in this fight. A lot of times if you're close to him like I am now, you can negate him using the other 2, or at least he won't use them as often. I mean, you probably could do a charging R1 or some type of slash to interrupt him, but I just want you guys to focus on one of the attacks just to keep it all simple. When it comes to those other 2 perilous attacks, I would just back jump or sprint out of there. And I think I showcased that a few times in this clip if you watch very closely. But like I said, the chances that he uses the other 2 perilous attacks is just pretty slim, okay? And that is both phases of this fight, guys. Really simple stuff. There's the spin move. He dashes to the left. For whatever reason at that moment, I did not do a charged R1. It was probably because I felt like I was just too late. Because you do have to start charging the R1 as soon as you see him spin around and you block the shot. Or else by the time you get it off, he's going to hit you first. So it's a timing thing. So if you feel like you're outside of that window of timing, don't try to do it, right? Just sprint away. That way you guys don't take any damage. There it is again, the spin move. Boom, charge it up, get out of there. Very easy fight, guys. Like I said, it's as easy as you want it to be, right? Just keep blocking. Boom, there's the spin move again. See how I charge it up? Keep blocking. And then you always want to try circling him, guys. The good thing about circling is this: you're either going to get these cheap hits or you're going to force him into doing that move that we like, that we can count him with the charged R1, you know, the one where he spins, right? He won't do that attack unless you're real close to him. So stay close, get the cheap shots, or force him into that attack, and let's counter that That'll be a great way for us to wrap up this fight. Keep all your healing gourds. And we'll have a lot of health when we go into the second form. I think I'm going to circle here to finish. He got me when I was trying to run away. I'm trying to force him back to the center of the arena so I can circle him. Boom, just like that, guys. So there's the second death blow. A little cutscene here. Then we'll talk about how to take out his second form.
Impressive, shinobi of the divine air. You deserve better. Would you not answer to a different lord?
Heresy.
Heresy, you say? If it is for the sake of preserving Ashina. I will seize any manner of heretical strength. I will endure any burden. Behold the lightning of Tomoe.
All right, so this is Genichiro's second form, okay? Notice what he did there. He's going to do that with all of us, okay? As soon as the fight starts, lock on. He's going to jump at you guys. When he does, hold down the O button, sprint to the left or to the right, do the charged R1, and then, you know, alternate between your firecrackers and your charged R1, okay? Do as much damage as you can initially, okay? Now, notice what I'm going to do. I'm going to hit him. I'm going to run away. I'm going to block. Now, one or two things is going to happen. He's either going to jump again, which you just did there. If he does, you sprint around, hold down the R1, boom, get your hit in. If he doesn't, he's going to just try to hit you, right? If you try to run, he's going to follow you like he's following me now. All you have to do to counter this, guys, is just block, see that, and then run away. He usually will go for a 3-hit, okay? The third hit is a bit delayed. So on the first and second attack, you're going to block those two. And then in between the second and third attack, you're going to run away. Very simple stuff, okay? You can see that he's using lightning. That's why I had you guys equip the ill liver just before we set up the safety save. If you guys are worried about the lightning, because it does do quite a bit of damage in this fight, you can, of course, use the ill liver. Again, you guys should have at least 2 of those, which is plenty to get through this fight. And that's going to help you take less damage, right? But you notice what I'm doing. I'm just running away from the lightning, okay? The reason why I encourage you guys to do that is you're going to have to get far enough away from him anyway for him to charge you and jump at you like he just did with me there, okay? So it kind of serves 2 purposes. If you're far away from him, okay, he's not going to be able to hit you with the lightning. And if you're far enough away from him, you're going to force him to jump, which is exactly what you want him to do. See? Notice how I'm blocking, then I'm getting out of there. Block, wait. He's either going to jump or he's going to try to hit me 3 times. Boom, real simple, guys. Notice I just dodged the lightning by getting some distance. Block. Again, he's either going to jump at you. If he does, hold down O, sprint around him, charge the R1 and get out of there. Or he's going to try to hit you 3 times, block 2 shots, and then sprint out of there. See how I'm blocking 2 shots and then I'm sprinting? And boom, he misses me with the lightning every time. And all you guys have to do is just keep this up. You have plenty of healing gourds. So if you have to take a few shots, just take the shots, guys. Back away and heal. Do your thing. You basically have 8 life bars, or 9, depending on how many healing gourds you came into the fight with. He's only got 1, but the odds are definitely in your favor, okay? Again, just back away, block. He's either going to jump or try to hit you, sprint around, boom, charge it up. 1 more hit and he should be dead. There it is, guys, the Genichiro Ashina trophy. We're also going to be picking up the memory for this fight. We're going to use that at the end of this episode to increase our attack power to +5. And then you guys are also going to pick up a ninjutsu technique. This is the first one. There's actually 3 of these in the game. This is going to come in really handy when we start farming for XP at the very end of the RTC guide. Okay, so we'll hit OK, and then of course there's going to be a little cutscene here, and I'll meet up with you guys on the other side.
You were victorious, I see.
Are you?
I mean you no harm. Shinobi of the Divine Lord Genichiro, is this the rejuvenating waters?
Ashina, this land is everything to me. For her sake, I will shed humanity itself.
Resurrection.
Yes. Indeed. So.
So as soon as the cutscene is over, you guys can go into your options, and I'm gonna show you exactly where you guys can equip the ninjutsu techniques. All right, that bottom slot. The top slot should still be locked if you guys are following this guide, because we have not acquired any skills yet. That's gonna unlock a little bit later. Let's pull the ill liver off and replace that with our homeward idol. Okay, and then make sure you guys do not talk to Emma yet. Just rest at the idol. Episode 6 is very technical, guys. There's a lot of NPCs that we need to talk to, and we got to talk to them in a certain order. We have to rest at idols in a certain order. It gets very confusing. So I want to walk you guys through that in one episode. So before you talk to her, and I guess that string of NPC interaction starts, I want you guys to rest at this idol, and we're going to set up a safety save, and that way you guys will have a fallback just in case something goes crazy in episode 6. Let's go ahead and enhance our attack power to +5. You guys set up that safety save, make sure you do that, and I'll see you right back here in episode 6. You guys be good.